with your Week 9 ad drops, trades, start bench advice, all of that. And we'll get to that and more. And if you have any other ideas you want to kick around, maybe we'll do little rankings on the big board. I don't know. I don't know if we'll have time for the extra activities, but we'll do our best. And intro.
This is the Fantasy Football Show with your host, Smitty.
Adam, Sergio, James, Zachary, Luke, Tom.
You're watching the Fantasy Football
Ed
Show.
and Rob. What's up, fellas?
Smitty.
Yo, welcome to the show. Abel in the house. Jay. What's up, Jay? Goated. What's going on? 99 in the house. What's going on? Hasty. Sold. Hasty, man. Hasty. Reed. Thursday night. What was anybody expecting? Those options were tough if anybody was having to start Reed and Hasty. But Hasty, that's, lesson learned, guys. Moving forward, trust San Francisco with running backs, and you're going to get screwed. That's like trusting the Rams at this point. Thursday does suck, Just Sherman. It's a brutal week. What's up, Lit? Martin, never start 49er running backs unless it's Raheem Mostert, and Raheem Mostert's deemed the starter, and we know it. There's no confusion, but even then, who knows anymore? Like, Mostert could come back, and they may not even give him all the work. What up, Derek? Damon Moneybags Clayton with the first super chat of the night. Damon, I appreciate you. Chat guy is offering me Melvin, Gordon, Lindsey, and Tannehill for my Clyde Edwards-Helaire. No. You hold on to Clyde. You don't sell that low. I get it. We're all worried. I'm worried. I'm not going to sit here and BS you and tell you, I feel great about Clyde. Clyde's still a top 10. I don't know. Does he have the talent? Absolutely. I'm not wrong about Clyde having top 10 running back talent, and that offense could deliver that for us if they wanted to. Why are they not? I don't know. They just fed Clyde a boatload of carries multiple weeks ago, and he delivered like a bat out of hell. And then what happens? They don't play him. I don't understand. Swap Clyde for Hill. I'd do that. Like, if you can backpedal out of Clyde and get a very safe round 2 equivalent type player, like a Hill or, someone like that, absolutely. I would do that because it's a nice backpedal, a safe backpedal. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't worry about that at all. Uzi's telling me to take a lap. Robert says start Moss or Montgomery. I go Moss, but there's a risk in that. Bro. Where are you valuing Melvin Gordon going forward? I'm going to say Melvin Gordon's a flex at this point moving forward until he proves otherwise to me. What did Melvin have last week? Let's pull up good old Melvin. Gordon. Week 8. 8 carries, 26 yards, 6 receptions. I was like, you see the 6 receptions. I'm like, damn, I didn't know he did that well. 21 yards. That's not efficient, people. And I don't know that it's all his fault. I mean, they're a mess over there in Denver. But, it doesn't matter. We can't trust the man. What's up, Satou? Desperately need running backs. I gotta trade out of Christian McCaffrey. Should I trade McCaffrey for Zeke and JT? Monty plus Chubb, or neither? Definitely not Monty plus Chubb. I probably would just get more, bro. You need to get more. JT, I like JT as a throw-in piece, but he's not enough. Zeke and like an AJ Brown, that's what I'm looking for. But I appreciate the super, and if you needed to get out of it for whatever reason, I mean, I would strongly consider that if you added a whole lot more to it. Damon Money Bags, and thank you for the super chat. Where's my button?
Thank you for the super chat. May I have another?
Bow down to my Adams and Mike Thomas in our league. Well, not to Mike Thomas yet, but soon, hopefully. Twitch land will start promoting the show on Twitch. We need your help. Watson, Brady, Murray, play 2. I'm playing Brady and Murray if I have to pick. You could go either way. Like, what are you doing with those 3? Trade, Will. Make a trade. But damn good options, man. Noah says the real King MT is back, baby. Hopefully he doesn't pull some shiat right before the game. You think Elliott is done for the year? Elliott done for the year? No. Let me pull up good old Elliott. I always like to pull up the player when I talk about him in case there's some news breaking while I'm alive. Hamstring, did rehab work during the drills. Nothing indicating there's anything to be concerned about in terms of the year-long production. Like, is he banged up? Yeah, but there's nothing that indicates he's out for even one game. He's got a hamstring issue. He does have a relatively tough schedule. Pittsburgh, the bye week will do him some good in week 10. But it's important to trade out of players with upcoming bye weeks if you can get almost equivalent talent back downstream that had their bye week already in weeks 1 through 7, weeks 1 through 8. Poke around at those players that have already had their bye week and try getting rid of a struggling player with a bye week to come. You're getting like double Christmas on that. You trade away Zeke Elliott for a running back that, I don't know, that has the same kind of value as him, but has already had his bye week. It's double Christmas. That's triple stamping a double stamp right there. But Minnesota, then Washington, Baltimore, week 13, Cincinnati, San Fran, week 15, Philly, week 16. I mean, he's got some. I think Zeke will bounce back. How much? I don't know. Will he be a top 5 running back? I wouldn't bank on it, but I would say it's possible. Will he be a top 6 to 10 running back? More likely than not. But again, there's a risk that he won't be. But I take that risk in a few leagues. I do. Depends on my build. If I'm doing well, I don't make a trade like that. If you're doing well, why would you try and screw up what's not broken? Next question. Let's see here. The real baseball king wants to know, flex A.J. Brown or Antonio Brown? Thanks, Smitty. I go A.J. Brown, but, I mean, you can't find a way to put both in your lineup, real? Damn. I don't know that I'd want to put A.J. Brown on my bench, though, but I'm not telling you to bench A.J. Brown. Or Hollywood Brown on my bench. I'm not telling you to bench either Brown. Start your Browns, man. Smitty got offered J.K., Tyler Lockett, and Hunter Henry for Jacobs and Deontay. J.K. Dobbins, Tyler Lockett, Hunter Henry, J.K. Deontay. I take Jacobs and Deontay. I take Jacobs and Deontay. I like J.K. a lot, but there's some assumptions being made. We saw what happened with Swift. Looked great. This is a high-end running back too. Oh my God. Detroit's going to use the man? No. Is Lamar going nuts? No. Could he? Yeah, I do like Lamar, trading for Lamar. But my point being, Baltimore's showing signs of maybe being a potential situation where what should happen may not happen. So JK has a little bit of risk. I go ahead and cash that risk in on a Jacobs, but that's me. Thank you for the super chat, young man. Traded Dobbins and Hollywood for Mixon. Thoughts? I like Mixon a little bit more, and a little bit more because you could probably get more in a trade, but it depends how healthy he's going to be too, though. So hold on, let's pull the Mixon news. I might flip flop on this. Joseph Mixon the Madcap Expected. Won't play week 8. We have nothing for week 9. Gonna buy, right? But we have no news for week 9 at all. I don't think we're going to hear anything until after the bye on him. We're probably just going to hear a bunch of, he may play, he may not. No one's going to know the truth. But I probably take Mixon for this value. Coming off the bye, he should be well rested and over the, the foot injury. So thank you for the super chat. Is Adams worth 2 wide receiver spots? Yeah, I think if you own Adams, you have to start him at 2 of your spots moving forward. Should I do Lindsey and Corey Davis for Swift and Boyd? Lindsey and Corey Davis for Swift and Boyd. Take Swift and Boyd in a heartbeat. I probably, honestly, man, I'd take Boyd alone for Lindsey and Corey Davis. Smitty, I traded Adams. Make me take a lap. Jenkins, take a lap.
Take a lap. Take a lap.
Take a lap.
Take a big lap. Big lap, Jenkins. Derek Carr versus Chargers or Tannehill versus the Bears. I feel like you gotta play Tannehill. Derek. What do you guys think? Let's help Derek out. Does he go Derek Carr versus the Chargers or Tannehill versus the Bears? It's hard to sit Tannehill. The guy delivers, man. I know it's the Bears, but I don't know. That's a tough one. What do you guys think? Would you go Carr? I'm gonna let the people decide this one. You're not the only one that had Hasty screw your week up already. A lot of people thought that San Fran would commit, but San Fran does not like to commit. San Fran does not like to be in an exclusive monogamous relationship with running backs. They're what is it called? Polygamy? They're poly married to their running backs. Polygamy. What's up, Real? With another monster super.
Thank you for the super chat. May I have another?
Started Hasty this week. I have Gibson in my lineup as a running back 1, but I have Zeke, Dobbins, and Moss on my bench. Should I start any one of my bench over Gibson plus trade the Bucks D? Traded the Bucks D for Chubb? Am I reading that right? You traded the Bucks defense for Chubb? How did that, I'm not for vetoes, man, but how did that not get vetoed in your league, man? If if your league has a pulse, they'd be like, what the hell's going on? Are you kidding me? The Bucks, I like the Bucks D, but bro, Chubb? Yeah, Gibson I like a lot, but Zeke doesn't belong on your bench, man. I get it if you're going to be like Zeke, like the Cowboys bench Zeke for a couple series. I could see you going, Zeke, you're going to the running back 2 spot for a couple games or a couple carries until you get scared straight. I get that. Derek Carr, says Derek. Hit the thumbs up on your way in the door. I could see you doing that, being like, Zeke, you're going to the running back 2 spot for a little while until you shape up and get your stuff together. But no, I mean, Gibson, you're running back 1 spot, and then you're not even talking about Zeke as your running back 2. Now, if you only play 1 running back, you got a little bit bigger dilemma on your hands, but I still think I can't keep Zeke on the bench. I get it. He's struggling, man. I'm pissed at him, too. Like, he needs to get his crap together, but I don't know, man. I start Zeke, but that's me. I start Zeke. It's a tough matchup, though. And real before I close this, if you're down to one running back option, I understand Gibson, and I probably do the same thing. Giants, I do. But if you can play Zeke and you're running back 2, because you're saying that Gibson's your running back 1, then I put Zeke in. But I probably would start Gibson if you could only play one running back, which is crazy, but I still think Zeke needs to be benched to your running back 2 spot, not to your actual bench. Mark Cleveland with the monster super.
Chat. May I have another?
Trade Allen Robinson for Tyler Lockett and Evan Ingram. I already have DK. What do you guys think of this? He ran it by me. I told him to bring it to the YouTube live because honestly, this was a tough one for me. Here's why. Allen's got a bye. A-Rob's got a bye coming up. I know Mark Cleveland's team, and he needs a win. He needs a win. He needs multiple wins. He needs to stay in the playoff hunt. And Allen Robinson has a bye coming up. Lockett does not. Lockett is bye free moving forward. It's tough. It's tough. But he already has DK. Keep A-Rob. No. What do you guys think? Nitro says Zeke Elliott's unplayable. How much would you give up for Aaron Jones? Probably at this point, I mean, he should be a discount heading into week 10, bro. But I guess like I try using like a Gurley, a Connor, something like that, and give up a little bit more. Keep A-Rob. No. I would start Gibson, says Derek. I agree if it's one player, but I think Zeke needs to be in his lineup. But if he starts one running back, Gibson. I agree with you. Lockett too inconsistent, says Nitro. Keep A-Rob. 1 week it will be DK and the other will be Lockett. Keep A-Rob and find a waiver wire hot matchup for the week. I think, Mark, you have your answer, man. Pretty much unanimous. Keep A-Rob. I think because you have once you reminded me you had DK, I was like, wait. If you didn't have DK, I would strongly consider it. But I think the group is right, Mark. In the end, I think I keep the diversity. I go with A-Rob, bank on DK. I do like the idea of getting Lockett, but maybe that's too high of a price tag. Trade Zeke and AB for Hopkins, probably. Although AB could be so good. What do you guys think on this one? Let's help Dylan out. That's a tough one. You badly want to look at the name and go Zeke and AB, absolutely. But this is tough. Claudia, have you taken your lap yet? Dylan. Starting Kirk and Mike Williams this week. What do you think? I don't have any other options to look at, Dylan, to like compare. Like, I don't know what other waiver wire guys you have, but I'd say Mike Williams. I'm not mad at that. I think that Herbert can deliver the football to Mikey boy. Kirk, I don't know about. Kirk is decent, but again, it depends on your options. Like, Kirk is okay. I don't hate Kirk in your lineup if you're struggling, you've got injuries, but I do need to know a little bit of context to really give you great advice on that. Damon, sorry I missed this one. Damon, I'm trying to go backwards. Cam, Big Ben, or Carr. Cam, Big Ben, or Carr. Big Ben. Big Ben. Big Ben against Dallas, man. That's a pretty easy call. Frankly, I should be super chatting you for that one. Can't start both. Have Adams and DK. Gotcha. Real deal. Then you start Gibson, man, if you can only start one running back. Mark Cleveland with it.
Thank you for the super chat. May I have another?
Thank you, Mark. Mark's keeping the lights on today. In fact, I'm going to reach for this. Computer. Studio on. Mark Cleveland paid the bills. Let's fire up the lights, man. Mark says, what ado with Johnson and Claypool? Deontay and Claypool. Who would you trade? Who would be a good trade target? I'm going to say Mark. Thank you, Kevin. We need a Mark song. Mark pays the bills. Maybe I'll cook up a song later. I don't want to wake up the missus. We're getting close to the baby coming out of the oven, so I gotta tread a little more lightly than normal. Normally, I can really push Miss Smitty to her limits, but we're kind of at that stage where like I'm gonna get my very, very loosely given freedoms where I can pretty much do what I want, I think is coming to an end. Deontay or Jacoby Deontay. I mean, anything's possible. 99. Diggs or Hunt? I go Diggs. Diggs. I mean, I assume you're talking rest of season because Hunt is on a bye. Scott. Or, I'm sorry, demolition. Scott even said it. Scott said Hunt's on a bye. Scott knows what time it is. Oh, for trade. For trade, man. You know, Diggs is a tiny bit safer. But I probably like Hunt. If you need a running back, keep Hunt. Trade Zeke and AB for... What did people say for this one? Everybody please vote again on this one. I didn't catch your vote. Trade Zeke and AB for Hopkins. I want to know what you guys think of that. Let's help out. Dylan. Wipe your feet, says Ugly. He's not joking around. Should you buy Carson? Only if you like rolling dice. Like rolling die. I'm not going after Carson hurt. Hopkins. Derek says Hopkins. Hopkins, Dylan. Hopkins easily. Dylan, I think we got your answer, man. What a year. The real baseball king would do the Hopkins side in a heartbeat. Zeke does not have... Zeke is kind of a tough guy to own right now. We're all mad at Zeke. Legion wants Zeke. He's the only one. At what point do we feel comfortable dropping Devontae Parker and Chark? Don't drop Chark. Parker, it depends on who you can pick up. Context matters. Maddox, I need to know who you're picking up. Clyde, Crowder, and Moss for Sanders and Chark. Clyde, Crowder, and Zach Moss for Sanders and Chark. Give me Clyde, the Clyde side. Zeke will be fine after the bye week. I'm hopeful of that. That's why I'm buying low. I am recommending people buy low. Chark has a ton of targets. Nitro preaching. Jenkins says, please help. I will look for your next question. Smitty out here on all streaming platforms. That's right, boy. That's right. And thank you for joining me from Twitch land, bro. Spread the word on Twitch. Get on there and start tweeting. Start tweeting about me. Pick 2. McCaffrey, Clyde, Zeke. Also Lamar or Herbert. Oh, boy. Lamar or Hubert. Let's put the matchups up on screen. Right here. Lamar. Hubert. What do you guys think, Lamar or Herbert? Twitching, Dylan. You're twitching. Okay, so I'm going to say McCaffrey and Clyde, and then probably Herbert's the safest to go until we see the signs of life from Lamar. For now. Pick 2. Already got that one. I'm looking for the other super chats. 1 second. Real dropping another.
Thank you for the super chat.
Mark Cleveland
May I have another?
and the Real Baseball King are keeping the lights on. I should turn the lights off after every 5 minutes. And have somebody turn them on with a $4.99 or higher super chat. Smitty can't start both Browns this week since I have Adams and DK at wide receivers. That's why I need to flex. Need one to flex. Only have one running back spot since I played Hasty. Gotcha. So you played Hasty over Zeke? I wouldn't have done that, but I mean it's already done. Gibson's a better matchup. Gibson, run him out there. Oh, Mark, I'm so sorry. Mark's waiting patiently. Mark, I read your question and I do that sometimes. Mark, are you still there? My bad, Mark. All right, let me answer Mark's question. Deontay and Claypool, who would you target via trade? Honestly, Mark, I don't think you can get much for either one. No one's going to give up squat for either one of these wide receivers. Mark, are you still here? Okay, you're here. I don't think you can, like, literally get any... Like, you couldn't go after a Zach Moss. You couldn't go after a Chase Edmonds. You couldn't go after really anything. I don't even think throwing them in would even get you much. You got to kind of just bank on using one of these guys as your wide receiver 3. Richie James did look good, but let's be honest, is he going to continue to do well in that San Francisco attack, which rotates people like crazy? I don't think so. Maybe not. Probably not. So, Mark, I mean, if Deontay has a huge game, sell high. But past that, no one's paying for Claypool. But if I had to give you a name, I'd say Zach Moss. I would say... I wonder if you could get JT for Deontay. JT's so cheap right now. And I still like buying JT at like that kind of price. Like you're talking about like thrift store value. Like this is JT's becoming one of the cheapest players that has a shot at being, you know, a running back, high-end running back too. But probably like that opportunity's closing, the window's closing. But I really believe, what's up, Alex? I really believe that JT, you could give up Deontay, Mark, and like, I don't know who else you have. Don't you have Eckler? You have Mostert, right? I would give up Mostert and like Deontay for something. Or I'd try and give up Deontay and something for like Zach Moss. But I wish I could tell you there was some formula to get rid of Deontay and Claypool, but I don't. I mean, they rotate. That's part of the problem, and neither one of them's like valuable right now. You gotta wait. Yeah, Trent Richardson. JT reminds everybody of a young Trent Richardson, like not coming into his own. So flex, AJ or AB. I'm flexing until we get more out of AB. We know what we're dealing with. You got to put AJ Brown in there, man. I'm not going to tell you to bench AJ Brown. Hell no. And if you could have gone back and started AB over Hasty, that would have been great. But I don't blame you for thinking Hasty was going to do well. How good is Richie James going forward? Mark, I'm not buying it yet. Would I pick him up in a desperate situation, or will I recommend that people pick him up for next week? Sure. But I'm not counting on that. Derek, let me look for your super chat. I swear these come in. How good is... so, Mark, yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to be buying JT or Fournette? Jonathan? JT for me. Sharma? I already answered that one, right? Yeah. What's up, Petty? Derek, is this the one I missed? Damien Harris or Corey Davis? I go Damien Harris. I feel like he's doing pretty well. Corey Davis, I'm not sold on. I think, he benefits when in certain scenarios, but I don't think he'll be consistent. So I'm not too worried about missing out on Corey Davis by not playing him. Derek, I think I got it. Let me know if I missed another one, Derek. Mike, Derek, all of you.
Thank you for the super chat. May I have
5 and 3. Would you consider a JT for Eckler? No, I hold JT. I'm the one trading Eckler for JT. We don't know if Eckler is even coming back, and JT is a far better bet than in that scenario. Like if you're going Eckler coming back and then playing well, or JT who's playing at least, coming back from a slump, I take the bet on him. So your current running backs are JT. So in that case, I'm not trading him. Consider a JT for Eckler a trade. So you have JT. No, don't go after Eckler. Excuse me. I'm going to drink more soda and... On my 24-hour live stream, I would chug sodas. And who was there for my 24-hour live stream? Thanks for the super chat, Mike. How good is Richie James? This could kill the live stream. Hope it doesn't. Smitty, why are you off on the Singletary train? I switched my Wi-Fi. And I think I'm good now. Hopefully you guys don't have a lag anymore. What was the question? Jeff, is it better now? No more lagging? Hit the like if you're new to the show. Oh, here's the question. I was trying to remember what you asked me. Why am I off Singletary? Well, I mean, I'm not off him necessarily. It depends on what kind of value, but like Moss, man. Zach Moss is the answer. Not Singletary, Moss. Moss, bro. Moss is ready to ball. Patricio, thank you for the super chat. I have Brady, Jacobs, J-Rob, Amari, Scary Terry, Beasley, Waller, Bench, J.K. Dobbins, Gibson, Deontay, and Howard. I'm not sure who to start at flex and wide receiver. Please help. So Jacobs and J-Rob on a weekly basis, bro. There's no question about that. Amari, Scary Terry, Beasley, Deontay, Howard, J.K. So Gibson. God, you need to get rid of. I wonder if you could trade like Gibson and Jacobs for like a Christian McCaffrey, or a Kamara. You could go after Aaron Jones potentially, although maybe Jacobs is even like, say, who knows what's going to happen with Aaron Jones. I have my concerns about Aaron Jones. Thank you for the super chat. Seattle wants to know, would you trade Slayton for Texans Cook? Can you give me a slow-mo answer? Thank you. A slow-mo answer. Slayton for Cooks? Slayton. What kind of slow-mo answer do you want? I don't have my post-edit production. I can give you a bullhorn, bro.
Slayton
Slayton, but barely. I gotta start sitting up straight. I'm gonna have a hunchback. This new office setup, it makes me like the way at my monitors, I might need to move them closer back. I don't know. Move my chair closer. I'm like hunching over. My back hurts. The real's keeping the lights on, bro.
May I have another?
Yeah, you read that right. I got Chubb for the Bucks defense. The owner thought he was out for the year, and I had to finesse my way. God, man. How'd you do that? That's crazy. Dylan says CMC won't be the number one running back rest of season. I mean, dude, it could be Cook. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Cook or Kamara, but I mean, McCaffrey's top 3 to me. Patricia with another one. Smitty, I have Eckler on IR. I'm waiting for him to be healthy and trade Jacobs and Amari for a top wide receiver and like D-Hop or Tyreek Hill. Good idea. Yeah, I would trade Jacobs and Amari for, but I don't count on getting back Eckler anytime soon, if ever, bro. But you have JK and Gibson in the wings, so I'm okay with you doing something crazy like that. Go after D Hopkins. Go after D Hop and do it now. Why am I concerned about Aaron Jones? I'll give you one hint. I'll give you 3 guesses, but you only need one. And it involves him being hurt all the time. But I still buy him. Like I just mentioned, buying him low, but I worry about him. I worry about him a little bit. I mean, how can you not? Real keeping the lights on.
Thank you for the super chat. May I have another?
Is the lag gone? Is the lag gone? Now I have Zeke, Chubb, JT, Dobbins, and Moss. Should I make a trade? Plus, I have AB on my bench. Now I have Zeke, Chubb, JT, Dobbins, and Moss. Yeah, I probably would trade Chubb coming back. Probably hold him. Dobbins might have value soon. Moss, you might want to wait on Dobbins and Moss. Don't trade them yet. You might want to wait on Zeke bouncing back before you consider trading Zeke. You want to make sure Chubb bounces back. I like your running backs, real baseball king, but you can't really make a good trade right now. You might pull it off, but it's going to be really hard to design a trade that gets you in a win position on the trade, given that all of your running backs, although I like them, are in like survival mode or they need to bounce back mode. Like no one's going to give you what you deserve. So I don't make a move. I wait. I could see maybe selling AB and Chubb for Kamara, AB and Chubb for McCaffrey. Like if you could do something like that, sure. That I would probably do. Thank you again, Real Deal. The Real Baseball Deal. The real Baseball King 25 is the real deal. That's what I call him. He's the real deal. Mike, sorry, I just saw your super chat. The real says, so flex AJ or AB. Like I said, I'd throw AJ out there if I didn't already answer that. I think I did. I think I'm caught up. I'm 5-3. Would you consider a JT for Eckler trade? Current running backs are JT, Edmonds, Drake, Mixon, Gaskin, Bernard, and Wilkins. You're 5-3. JT for Eckler? No. I had this question kind of already, and we don't know when Eckler's coming back. If he's coming back, how healthy he's going to be. We've heard that he ripped the hamstring off the bone. We don't really know how accurate that is. Joshua with the 10 spot.
Thank you for the super chat. May I have another?
I'm keeping the odds that JT bounces back before before Eckler not only bounces back when he comes back, but he is healthy enough to come back. Like, give me JT. Even though I'm worried as hell about JT. Joshua with a super chat. Need a trade idea. Tannehill, Breeze, AJ Brown, Evans, Godwin, Kirk, Kelsey, Mixon, Rojo, and a bunch of waiver wire fodder. Third, high score. But 2-6. Very sad face. Very, very sad attempt at an emoji. Equal sign. Parenthesis. I mean, dang. Godwin, you can't sell Godwin until he comes back and does well. Evans gets no respect in the trade world. Kelsey, you could sell high. Mixon, maybe. Mixon for, let's see here. I'm going to look at my rankings and try and cook something up for you. Would I trade Mixon for? You might have to go cross position. What if you went after, what does the Ridley owner have? What does the Diggs owner have? Like running back wise. So Ridley owner, Diggs owner, what do they have at running back? And what does the Clyde owner have? What does the DJ Moore owner have? I start with those players. You anchor on to one of those players, and then you look at what else you need to make the trade even, because you're buying low on one player. You're not going to do it one for one. But once you grab a hold of the player you want to go after, like DJ Moore, you know what you have to work with. A whole bunch of room to add players into the mix. But I start off like that. That's what I do. Evans and Godwin have no value for you. Keep them, says MT. Flex Wilkins or wait? I don't know what to do about that. I mean, I want to say start Taylor, but he could completely bomb. You almost have to wait and see what he does. But Taylor, I feel like it's so hard to bench Taylor for Wilkins. I don't know. Call me late to the party, but I just can't do it. Not yet. Kelsey and Robbie Anderson for Hawkinson, AJ Brown, and Thielen. Kelsey, Robbie Anderson for Hawkinson, AJ Brown, and Thielen. That's a confusing trade for my mind here at 11 p.m. Arizona time, as Arizona decides this election. God, never thought my state would be at the middle of anything. People forget about Arizona. We don't even practice daylight savings time. No one pays Arizona any attention, even though it's one of the better places to live, and people frequent here all the time on vacation to get away from the cold. We have very, very nice warm winters that are cold for us Arizonians. Arizona's forgotten, and yet Arizona's deciding this election. Trade Moss and Godwin for Zeke. I'd do that. I know a lot of people wouldn't able. I'm going to be probably the unpopular one here, and I love Moss. But I'd probably take that gamble if Zeke bounces back. Let's go, Arizona, says grovel in the house. Where's Unburger been hiding? He just kind of pops in every 15th episode. Unburger. Arizona gave out Sharpies. They only give out Sharpies when Trump voters went up to vote. It's going to be... We're going to civil war, people. Believe me. Neither side's going to budge on this one. How do you feel starting Colts running backs versus the Ravens running backs? I probably like JK the best. Trade Woods for Juju and Antonio Brown. I trade Woods for Antonio. I'd take Antonio Brown over Woods. So, trade Woods for Juju. So you're getting Juju and Antonio. I mean, I trade Woods for Antonio, bro. Smitty, I'm a geology major and I love Arizona geographical features. Greg, you keep going with your bad self. Geology, that sounds crazy. Like, I want to know, is Arizona different than other... Greg, answer this question for me. Is Arizona different than other states? Is this where, like, land may have collided differently? Because I feel like there's a lot of places in Arizona where there's one kind of rock and another kind of rock, and mountains a lot of times have, like, completely different structure and color. And I don't know if this makes sense or I'm wording it right, but is Arizona a place where land did eventually collide together? Is this like a touch point for that? I'm just curious. Or does every state have mountains like that? Tyler Boyd for Antonio. I probably go with Antonio right now. Smitty is the new American captain. Thank you, Greg. Trade Moss and Godwin for Zeke. Again, I do that, Abel. I do that. Does it really take 3 days to count Nevada's votes? Bro, this is taking longer than when fantasy football was calculated out of the newspaper. I've been playing fantasy football so long that I used to calculate on Monday morning. I'd go to school, get to the cafeteria. I'd be like this with my pencil, and I'd write out all the stats in the box score and calculate the fantasy points manually. There was no computers then. You didn't have a computer back then. This is 1990 when I started, 1993 in fantasy football, and we came up with our fantasy football weekly scoring faster than the Nevada counts one ballot. Civil War Part 2. Do you trade Arizona rocks for Chicago wind? I would. I like wind. I like rain. I'd take your Seattle, all you Seattle people, your rain all day long. It would take an Arizona person about 10, 15 years to get tired of rain. We get rain during our monsoon. But rocks for wind. Did he answer my question about why Arizona has mountains like that? Did I miss it? Should I trade Moss for John Brown? I like Moss better. Okay, let's do a speed round. Make sure your question is like one line, and then I'm going to go as fast as I can through the questions. Ready? Go. You starting Jonathan Taylor? I don't know. Depends on the options. Late to the party, dumb job, maybe late Smitty. Double A, that's okay. That's why you can watch it over again. Super chat, Johnson, Justin, Jackson, too much for Clyde. Deontay Johnson, Justin, hold on. Come on, bro. What do I look like, okay? Justin, first of all, I appreciate the super chat.
Thank you for the super
Deontay
chat.
Johnson and Justin Jackson,
another?
too much for Clyde? Come on, man. Are we really there? Are we really there where people are going to ask me that question? Go get Clyde for that and be excited. Don't ask me something like that, Justin. And you super chat to boot. How am I supposed to yell at you properly when you super chat me? Thank you, Justin. I'm going to pretend that I'm happy about your question. It's a great question, Justin. The answer is Clyde. And I'm freaking out about Clyde a little bit too, right? But I'm not freaking out like this. Go get Clyde for that. Go trade your warm, moldy ham sandwich and your bag of stale chips that are soggy because you left them in your pocket when your mom did your laundry, and trade it for Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who's a monster that's struggling, that may not get out of his slump. I'm not going to lie to you. But trade your ham sandwich and moist chips right now for Clyde. He's amazing. He's in a potentially bad spot that could correct itself. AB or A-Rob. Okay, speed round. AB or A-Rob. Well, on the year, AB. AB on the year. That seems crazy, doesn't it? Keenan Allen or A.J. Brown? Give me A.J. Brown. Clyde may not get out of his slump. What? Oh, God. Noah's upset. Miles Sanders for Galladay and Taylor. I probably roll with Miles Sanders over Galladay and Taylor, which is surprising to even me. Even, rewatching this, I'm going to shock myself. I'm going to be watching the replay, and I don't have time for that. But I'd be like, oh, my God, Smitty likes Sanders over... But Galladay's hurt. JT slumping. You have 8 weeks left in fantasy football. I'd probably go with Miles. What's Miles' status? Hold on 1 second. Miles Sanders. Hopefully he will be back after this bye week. I don't know, man. Galladay's tough. Galladay's... Let me pause on this question for a second. Not this one. This is the one from Justin. Justin, great question! Appreciate the validation, Smitty. Love me some Clyde. Let's go. I appreciate you keeping the lights on. What was that question?
Thank you for the super chat. May I have another?
Moss over Clyde. Hey, could happen. I'm not gonna be mad at you if Moss is that good. I've been talking about Moss all year. Where was that question at? Dang it, where was that question? Greg answered my question here. I gotta put that away and read it in a second. What was the question that I was reading? Oh, AA had a super chat. Sorry, AA. Thanks for the Gallman call last week. Won my week. Attaboy, AA. I don't know that Gallman, he was an okay play for sure. Edmonds or Montgomery. Probably go Edmonds this week, man. Roll him out there. Let's see what he's got. Deontay. I already got that one. Okay. What was the question? It was about Galladay. Where was it? Galladay. I forget what it was, but it was Galladay. So Galladay's hurt. And then Sanders is on a bye. And JT. That was what it was. It was JT and Galladay. Now, if I knew Galladay would be back next week, that's no different than Sanders being on a bye. But I'm going to roll with the Sanders side. I know that's shocking, but barely. All right. Speed round. It was Sanders and Galladay for Taylor. Yeah. What do you guys think? Sanders, or would you rather have Galladay injured, but Sanders is on a bye? Maybe they both just miss 1 week. I don't know. I like Galladay a lot, but thoughts on Aaron Jones? I think I trade for Aaron Jones because he had a bad game. People are going to freak out. Try. Buy low. Lamar for Christian McCaffrey. Need a running back. I wonder if I'm going to trade Lamar for the number 3 overall player.
Take a lap. Take a lap.
I appreciate you. I just erased the answer that... Who is it? Greg. Here we go. Greg, thanks. I got it back, Greg. I'm going to read this next. I appreciate you, Claudio? We got Claudio in the house and also Claudio. Claudio, I appreciate you. I'm going to call you Hud. Hud, I appreciate you. But of course you trade Lamar for Christian McCaffrey. Number one, everyone's doubting Lamar to the point where he's worth like a 4th or 5th or 6th or 7th or 10th rounder to some people. McCaffrey's the 1.01 or 1.02 or 1.03. So go get him, young man. And take this as a positive pat on the back. Clyde didn't get a chance last week as Casey toyed with the Jets. We had no realistic chance of covering the 20-point betting spread. We couldn't beat Clemson. Thank you, Jake, for the super chat. I appreciate
Thank
you.
you for the super chat. May I have another?
Look at this sport right here. Look at Hud. Hud took his lap. He's out of breath. He didn't go running. Hud, we've had people before that have gone running away when I told them to take a lap. But no, you took it like a man, Hud, and you're a stronger person for it. MT for CMC, that's a closer one, but I probably take CMC. I do. Dobbins versus Indy, or Zeke versus Pittsburgh. God, that's. I think you gotta go. I go JK in this one, which is weird. I need a help. I have a QB, Kyler, wide receiver Ridley, Galladay, Chark. You got 2 out wide receivers. That sucks. Davis, Parker, Judy. Starting Chark and Judy. Running backs are Edmonds, JK, Clyde, Hunt, JT. Need of help. I don't know what you're asking, but you just need some guys to get healthy, man. But your running backs are, you got Hunt on a bye. Your running backs are Clyde and JK and Edmonds this week if you can start 3 of them. If you can only start 2, I'm probably going Edmonds and Clyde until we know JK's got for sure volume. If news breaks that JK's volume will be there, then we have another debate on our hands. And you need to come back and ask me the question again so I can properly reanalyze it because things change. I can't lock everything in. MT. Serious question. Mixon or Zeke rest of season? I don't blame you for asking that one. I go Zeke myself, but people in here like Uzi and Noah are going to get real upset about that. I go Zeke, man. I take the chance, man. Okay, Greg. Art. Jefferson and Deontay for Lamar. Pull that trigger, get Lamar. That's great buy low value. I'm willing to take that kind of risk. MT and Art, thank you for the super chats. Appreciate it. Jake, thank you for the super chat. I agree with you on the Clyde. Clyde's going to get more volume, but he's a risk. He could vanish from one week to the next, which is going to make him not a first-round running back. For now, that could change, and he could come back into the fold of the running back 1, but we'll see. Greg says Arizona is where land built up from a long time ago. Yeah, I thought so. I thought it was a plate, the plates like colliding or something. Grand Canyon, different mountains, is known for its ununiform. Yeah, I thought I had never even heard that, but I thought about it. I'm like, why are the rocks so different here? You know, the rocks on one side of a mountain are different than another. It was like the platelets collided. Just like our election. Going running back flex. All right. The next highest super chat. The next highest super chat. What am I going to do for the next highest super chatter? The next highest super chatter I'm calling right now. On the phone. Right now. Live on the show. And we'll set a timer for 60 seconds. And you're going to want to send me your email, which will be blocked, but I'll see it. And then I will email you and you can send me your number. So I'm going to open up YouTube so I can see your email. I'm going to do a league where Grovel, Umberger, you can be the highest super chatter. Torres, $9.99. Torres wants to be called. On the live, Dylan, right now. I'm going to do 2 of these songs. One more. Here we go. So far it's Torres. Torres. Umberger, you don't have to be on video. I'm going to call you on speaker. I'm going to do a league. I don't know if it's going to be this week, but I'm going to do some kind of new, like, redrafting where we redraft every single week. And then the last 2 people get bumped out, and we bring 2 more YouTube followers in. Torres, email me your phone number. You're about to win. Unless you don't want to be on the show right now, you can hand it off to somebody else, and people can debate who wants to get the call. Unberger, I can't believe Unberger hasn't super chatted for this phone call. Torres, I'm going to check my email, and I'm going to call you up live on the show. And we're going to talk about your question. Jake, you can send me a email too with your phone number, and I'll call you up on the show real quick. We'll do 2 calls, and then we're going to call it a night. But this should be interesting. Okay, Torres just sent his number. And I'm going to keep the phone like this. I gotta stop drinking soda, man. I need to start running again. I haven't run in a while. It's been like a week.
What's going on, Smitty?
What's up, Torres? Thanks for the super chat. Jake, email me too. What's up, man? Okay, I got your question pulled up. Yeah, but maybe describe it for everybody. Go ahead.
Just trying to see if I should trade Zach Moss and Damien Harris high off these weeks they went off. And now super flex. So I'm wondering if I should just trade those 2 high for like Julio Jones, who's aging, and I can try to sell it as as an aging player to try to get him on my team. I have right now Marquise Brown, Chark on my team, and Judy is leading my wide receiver, CMC, and I traded for CMC and for Cooks, and I got Saquon unfortunately injured now. So it's just those are waiting for next year, but I'm just trying to see the plan for next year or not.
Yeah, I mean, Julio, what do you guys think? I think Julio, who would you recommend him trading Julio for in Dynasty? I know everyone's going to be like, you don't trade Julio, but in Dynasty, it's different. In Dynasty, Julio's got maybe the 1 more year left, and he probably could even decline next year at some point. Wide receivers drop off at 32, 33, and I don't care if he's Julio. He's got, that foot that we worry about.
Or I was thinking of trading Damien Harris or Zach Moss and Chark or Brown for Kels. So I'm not sure what would work in that.
What is it? Read it off again.
Damien Harris, Zach Moss, and Marquise Brown or Chark for Kels.
For who? For Kelsey?
Yeah, for Kelsey.
For Travis Kelce? Okay. Well, Travis Kelce's older too.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I don't know if I should do those moves for an older player.
Yeah. I would go after. What do you guys think? Throw out some offer or throw out some ideas. Can you go after honestly, I buy Clyde Lowe in Dynasty. I think people are freaking out about his long-term value. I like Clyde. I like AJ Brown a lot. I like Ridley a lot. I think Ridley. I would go after Ridley.
Okay. Try to go after Ridley.
Ridley's a great dynasty buy low because right now you have people worried that maybe he's not going to end up being the number one there next year because people don't pay too much attention. I mean, a lot of people do. In Dynasty, it's a little different. You have pretty much most people in your Dynasty League probably are aware that Julio's getting older. Try and get DK Metcalf, says Greg. I think he might be hard to get DK, but I definitely go after Ridley.
I traded DK, unfortunately, for CMC. Ended up being for CMC later on.
You traded DK for Christian McCaffrey?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, that's good. I like that. I mean, I like both. I like DK and Christian McCaffrey. I probably buy Zeke in Dynasty low because people are super, down on him. I'd probably buy Zeke. I definitely buy Clyde.
Okay. I think I'll try to go after Zeke then.
Yeah, I mean,
Clyde.
I've
tried. It's just the Clyde owners being a little bit difficult. So we'll see there.
I mean, James Robinson, you could always ask for see what he's got value, what his value is. And AJ Brown. You could go after a Jonathan Taylor if you paired him with like a safe like Diggs or Galladay. Galladay being hurt right now, you might get Galladay pretty cheap. Like if you could get like a Galladay and JT for, or something like that. Like JT could be thrown into deals, but who does a JT owner have?
The JT owner. Let's see. The JT owner has. He's like really big on JT, so that'll still be even a difficult one.
Yeah.
JT owner.
Who's your quarterback?
My quarterbacks right now are Wentz and Breeze. Unfortunately, I'm trying to trade for Matt Ryan just to have him.
Josh Allen. Go get Josh Allen. Go get Greg. Josh Jacobs is a good one. Miles Sanders maybe. But I buy.
Yeah, the Taylor owner also has Josh Jacobs, Claypool, Mike Williams, a lot more lower end players.
Okay. Yeah, go after that. Let me know what you do.
All right, for sure, man.
All right, man. Hey, I appreciate the super chat and the support, man.
Thank you for the call.
Yeah.
As always.
Yep. Bye.
Bye, bro.
Okay. Jake. DM me on IG your phone number. Let's call Jacob. And then I'll call Wes, but Wes, how do I... Wes, can you put your email in here? And I'm going to email, and it'll block it. It won't post your email. And then I can email you, and you can email me your phone number. So Wes, post your email in here, or send me an email right now. I don't know, Noah. I told Noah we might do a league, and Noah's already on my case about how do you join it. Noah, there's no league yet. I'm gonna do it. You're laying in bed. You're just donating for Unburger. Unburger, email me your phone number again, and I'll call you, Unburger. I don't even know if Unburger wants to call. Okay, Wes, here we go. I'm going to email you, Wes. Okay, I'm sending you an email right now. So reply back with your phone number. Unburger. Noah, email me, Noah. Or DM me. You don't want to call Noah. I'd be very curious to talk to Noah. I feel like if I called Noah right now, he'd be like, Like, here's me calling Noah. Ready? Ring, 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 ring. What? What do you want? Noah, you wanted me to call you, bro. Why are you calling me? Oh, Noah. Okay, here we go. This is Wes. Wes, behave.
Is this Smitty?
You have a collect call from Smitty.
Is this Smitty?
To accept the charges, press 1. To decline them, press 2. You have declined the charges. You will not be on the fantasy football show. What's up, Wes?
Is this Smitty?
This is Smitty. You're live on the fantasy football show. Calls may be recorded and broadcasted live on YouTube.
That's fantastic.
What's up, Wes? What's going on?
Smitty, first of all, I just wanted to say, you're the best fantasy football channel on the tube.
On the tube.
Point blank. Period.
Period. Tubes. Put our tubes on the table, Wes.
On the Y tube. Second of all.
Okay.
Second of all. It's more of a statement than a question. Zach Moss, fantasy football winner.
That's a great statement. This is the best call we've had all night.
Fantasy football winner. And I've been saying this since week 7.
So have I.
You have.
Are we talking?
And I respect that, and that's why the Schmitty is the best.
Are we
Fantasy
talking?
football on the YouTube. Second of all,
Go ahead.
are you selling Clyde Edwards-Helaire?
Am I selling them?
Yes.
It depends on what. Are we talking in Batman voices?
And here's the thing, and that's a great question, because I am not. So I'm riding with Zach Moss, and I'm riding with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and we are winning the championship. Thank you very much, and have a great night, Smitty.
Thanks, Wes. Damn, look at that exit. Wes started getting more high and more high as the production went on. That was definitely let's put our tubes on the table. That was worth it. That was our best call of the night. He just all of a sudden went into Batman mode. We're talking Batman. We're putting our tubes on the table. I don't know what just happened. I feel like some high quality bonding over some super chat action with a collect call from prison, all wrapped up in one, just took place. I don't think Umberger wants to call after that. How can you top that? Umberger says he's in an insane asylum. Yeah, he probably ran out of time. Thanks, Wes. Mic drop. Wes is the new hero on the show. Wes, you need to come back more often. Wes, have you been here very, very long, or are you, like, how long have you been watching? Alright. Alright. Next super chat over $10. Boom, let's go. Jake's like, maybe I need to get out of bed and make this call. Oh, I'm sorry. I got a super chat on the screen. Raul, offer Mike Thomas and Jacobs for Diggs. Half PPR. Thank you for the super chat. Are you still here? Offered Michael Thomas
chat.
and Jacobs for
another?
Diggs? Bro, this can't be right. Offered Michael Thomas and Josh Jacobs for Stephon Diggs. This can't be right. I can't be looking. It's late. Am I seeing clear? Michael Thomas and Jacobs for Stephon Diggs. I'm confused. Yes, I meant to say for Diggs and Connor. Okay. It's still bad. It's still bad. I take Jacobs and Thomas. You made it a little bit better. The worst part is I had that on screen during the whole call while we're putting our tubes on the table. Oh, man. All right, I think I'm out of here. Wes is now GOAT status on the show already. Wes Craven's Nightmare. Scott says maybe there's another super chat coming. Anything over 15? I love how people always request the music. They need the music. Anybody over 15, I'll give a call now. You gotta send me a DM though. Top 5 wide receivers rest of season. That's a great question. I'm gonna go with Adams, Hopkins, DK, Mike Thomas, only because we don't know what we're getting yet. Is it Julio or Tyreek? Julio or Tyreek? Tyreek. Tyreek and Julio tied. I'm not leaving either one out. Kyler Murray for Lamar Jackson and Melvin Gordon. Give me Kyler Murray. Wes's brother about to call in. Imagine. I think we need to call Wes back. The show got real dull after Wes left. Wes might be my new co-host. AJ Brown over Hill. The only problem with Wes is we could get a little too much of him. You know what I mean? Like, this is kind of like when Joey from Friends branched out and got his own show, and it, like, sucked. Like, Wes getting his own show might destroy the value. He's like the Kramer. You need a little bit of him, a shot of Wes, but I think too much, and it could be, you know, like when didn't Kramer get his own show, and it didn't do well? Josh Jacobs or Terry McLaurin. Jacobs by quite a bit. Take a lap. Nice knowing you. See you in about 15 minutes when your lap is done. Collider MT. Come on. Even I love Clyde more than anybody, but I'm taking MT in a heartbeat. Drake will never get his job back. Noah, this could be true, but at least he's coming back earlier. That's better for him. Better odds of him coming back. I just traded Chubb, Fulgham, and Crowder for AB, Edmonds, Drake, and Swift. AB, Edmonds, Drake, and Swift. Chubb, Fulgham, Crowder. Give me the Chubb side. I mean, I'm putting my tube on the table here. Going bold. He was a detective, Smitty, but wasn't Kramer. No, I feel like then maybe it wasn't Kramer. Well, so I know Joey did it. There was another show where the guy branched out. Barkley or Le'Veon Bell? Talking about, what are you talking about? Future? Come on. 96% of trades that involve giving Kyler away are L's. Big L says Heat. Heat is probably right. Alex, 6 and 10 wide receivers rest of season. Well, it's got to be one of Ridley or Julio, or Tyreek or Julio, who I left out. Then I'd probably say AJ Brown, Diggs, Ridley. Ridley would be like 5 or 6, but he's hurt, so we got to kind of bump him down. And then what is it? A-Rob? Is it Thielen before Noah freaks out? Or is it AB? Is it Evans? Is it Godwin? Will Galladay be back? It's kind of a blender of a situation trying to rank the 6 to 10. The only thing I can even imagine being better than calling Wes right now would be calling my mom randomly on the live. Past that, I thought that was great. Thank you, Wes. I like how Wes's character developed midway through the call. I should just call moms. Be like, moms, have you ever heard of Wes? Mom, I'm going to put you and Wes on the phone at the same time. Mom, Wes, this is Mom. Who do you like in week 5? Your top 3 sleepers of the week. Give me... Zach Moss. I know he's not like a sleeper, but he's definitely a guy that people ask me every single day about every other email I get. Should I start blah, 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 or Zach Moss? So we're going to throw him into the sleeper category because people are benching him in droves or considering benching him in droves. And they have good options and it makes sense to have a question about it. But he qualifies. So Zach Moss, I think JK, same thing. Jake says conference call with Wes and Mom is the content I didn't know I wanted but now I need. You know, if I thought Wes would behave, I might do it. I might patch my mom and Wes together. You know, I don't want him to like date or anything, but like, you know, maybe as like a pen pal, you know, phone, you know, maybe he pages my mom. We get them on the phone. They talk about fantasy football in front of us. And that's where it ends. Okay? I don't need Wes becoming my dad. I don't need it. Can you imagine if Wes became my father? Good gracious, man. Son. Son, this is Wes, your dad. The content that Jake wanted has now arrived. Random phone calls. We're doing it live. Then we call Mom. We should make my mom just a part of the show. Just drive over there on a live and scream at her.
Mrs. Smitty, Antonio Brown.
My mom hates when you snap at her. Don't snap at me, pimp snap.
Pimp snap, Smitty. Don't snap at me.
I'll just go over to my mom and be like, Antonio Brown? Week 9?
Don't snap at me, son. Son Smitty. Pimp snap, Smitty.
Roy has to go to bed. Roy, why would you go to bed at a time right now? We're making magic here. A random phone call is the ticket. I would do a random phone call. Who could we prank right now? Who would answer? Let's call my mom. No, I better not. Who do we want? What should we do with JT? You wait, you hold him, Austin. There's not much you can do. We could call a fast food restaurant, sure. Hey, Smitty, trade Edmonds and Woods for Lockett. Edmonds and Woods for Lockett. I'd probably keep Edmonds and Woods. I think Edmonds could have a lot more value in a week from now. Alright, I probably better go. Prank call McDonald's and ask for a fantasy question. I could go, I'd like a Big Mac. Do you have a Big Mac? A McDLT, quarter pounder with some cheese, filet of fish, hamburger, cheeseburger, Happy Meal. Noah, I think Noah's not going to let us call him. After West, there's just no way. He can't live up to it. Did West leave? He really did a mic drop, didn't he? All right, Ellis, we'll talk. We'll call McDonald's real quick. McDonald's is closed. This one's open 24. Okay, we gotta try a Taco Bell. Taco Bell. Closing soon. Yeah, what time do you guys close?
We close at midnight.
Okay, great. Do you happen to, I'm in a real bind. Does anybody there happen to play fantasy football?
Sorry, say that again?
Does anybody happen to play fantasy football at that location? Fantasy football?
No, we don't. I'm sorry.
Okay, because I didn't know if I should start Antonio Brown or not, and I was hoping someone there knew how to play fantasy football, could help me with fantasy football.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm sure we couldn't help you.
Okay, would you start Antonio Brown?
Honestly, I have no clue anything about football. So
Okay.
you're out of luck. I'm sorry.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
She was no help. Let's call Domino's. Everything's closed, man. COVID, there's nothing open. All right. Sit AB. If she's not feeling it, I'm not, you know. All right, I'm out of here. Oh, I missed the super chat. Hold on. James with the super chat. Edmund, Swift, Dobbins, Gibson,
Thank you for
Zeke,
the super
Clyde,
chat.
Moss,
May I have another?
Breda, start 3. I think I probably go Clyde, Gibson, and Zeke. I want to go Moss over Zeke maybe, but hit me Saturday morning on that one, or Sunday morning on that one. I don't know if I can tell you to do that right now, but depending on how news shakes out for Moss, if Moss starts getting all the buzz, I would contemplate that. I would very, very, very closely look at that on Sunday morning. But that's a tough one. Zeke, I don't know if I can sit Zeke. I don't know if I can get there yet. Edmonds, I consider, that's not a horrible risk to take. But I'm not sitting Clyde. I'm not sitting Gibson. I like the matchup. I would go Edmonds over Zeke if you want safety. But yeah, I probably would say Edmonds, Gibson, and Zeke and Clyde are your safest calls. But I'm not sitting Clyde yet. No. Edmonds does have a good matchup, but these are the matchups where it doesn't go like you think, like Madison finally gets to the start. It's going to be amazing, and then it's not, because guess what? It's still 2020, people. It's still 2020. Do you think things are going to make sense the morning after? No, let's put our tubes on the table and have an honest conversation. But no, I do like Edmonds. I start Edmonds probably over Zeke if you want safety. Hasty ruined your week. Hasty's another reason why it's a gamble going with guys that haven't done it yet. Ha, my bad. Scott, Edmonds is a must start. I like the confidence, bro. Should you trade Gaskin and JT for Chubb? I probably would. Yeah. Aaron Jones or Zeke? Well, a little late for that for this week, bro, but go forward, Aaron Jones. By a lot. Noah's very mad at Madison. Make a trade, dude. You have 5 starting running backs, says MT. All right, I'm out of here. I appreciate all of you. Hit the thumbs up on your way out the door. Comment when the video posts on YouTube. You can comment. It'll be available with 0 comments. I get back to people pretty quickly, as you'll find out if you comment and like my video right after it posts these live videos. The live chat's available when you rewatch it, but it also starts off with 0 comments. So hit that like button, comment away, and I will get to you. I appreciate all of you. Go after Josh Allen. That's true, Austin. Have a good night. Wes, we'll